Right then, this is a walk around video for a quite exceptional looking car. This is a top of the range 1.6 EX diesel CR-V, one of these later shaped ones, but it's fitted with the exterior pack, sort of with these extra chrome bits on the front and back, high level rear spoiler, running boards and the BK racing alloys. It looks absolutely stunning and it's in just beautiful condition. So to go around the car for you, front of the car, this new facelift looks fantastic on the car, it really does. Very purposeful looking and again in beautiful condition. Lights, lenses completely clear and intact. Front bumper very clean indeed, as is the bonnet, which hardly exhibits a stone chip of any note anywhere else at all, given the car's done 58,000 miles from memory, but I'll double check that when we get in the car. Near side of the car, blemish free, looks absolutely crisp, it's lovely. Front wing wonderfully clean. And these stunning 5-spoke alloys, absolutely gorgeous and beautiful condition as well. Going on the side here, panel works absolutely fantastic, it really is. Near side rear alloy, again, beautiful condition. And this is probably my favourite angle for these later CR-Vs, this, especially with the exterior pack. It's just a really good looking car. Coming around the back, you see the chrome strip at the bottom there and the one in the middle, just glorious looking thing. And then offside, driver's side, again absolutely beautiful in the panel work. Offside rear alloy, again fantastic condition, and the remaining paintwork is absolutely lovely on the car. And finally, offside front alloy, again wonderful condition, but we're looking at a really special looking car, this one. Coming into the back now, absolutely enormous boot on the CR-Vs, quick fold rear seats with just a pull of a lever. This one's been fitted, again sign of wonderful ownership, the little load cover at the back here, and then all boot liner, and underneath there the fabrics are in fantastic condition. Plastics, everything been kept wonderfully well for this car, this age and mileage. Coming into the back of the car, absolutely huge amounts of rear leg room in these CR-Vs, and leatherwork in the back looks superb. That's not always the case with CR-Vs. They are family cars and they can be beaten about as much as any other car, but this one's been given a very gentle life. Front passenger door card, as with all the others, beautiful condition, including all the little recesses. Footwell area is beautifully clean as well, and front passenger seat again in really lovely condition. So finally come to the driver's door guard, again all fantastic as well. Footwell area again lovely and clean, no hold carpets or anything. An electric driver's seat there with the memory settings in beautiful condition. So sat inside the car now, got dashboard illuminated, or engine running rather, so dashboard can be seen illuminated there. See sat nav working absolutely perfectly. Pop the car into reverse and you get that lovely clear gridded parking camera. You can configure that to different sort of things if you want to as well, but just been kept wonderfully well. Come across to the main dashboard binnacle and pan in. Hopefully you can see 58,965 miles and only a low fuel light currently illuminated on the car. Steering wheel looks and feels absolutely as new in hand. It's just, this is a video that cannot do this car justice, it really can't. Just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut keys are both here and present with the car. So finally, just to come under, another wonderfully presented engine bay by Honda. They always do a really good job on this. Cam chain driven engines, no cam belts to worry about on these Honda engines of this generation. They are wonderful units. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 1.6 EX diesel. This particular car is registered SK15KSE, and mileage at the start of the road test is 58,960 miles. The reason we do the videos is essentially so that anyone that's looking at this car in an advert online actually gets to see that very car in operation. We are aware that our customers travel far afield to come and see us and our cars, and we also know how frustrating it is to go and see cars which can look great in adverts and the description, only to drive it to find out it's got a fundamental problem that would show up on a test drive. So that's why we do it, and we can feedback any of those issues to you prior to coming to see us. Road test is also done on these lovely quiet country roads very close to our premises, so hopefully be representative of what you feel yourself if offered a test drive in a car. Coming to the car itself, obviously a very well maintained car, and it feels it from the outset because it drives incredibly tight. Engine is an absolute gem. It's a wonderful, wonderful engine. Starts immediately, of course, and settles to completely smooth and even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard aside from a low fuel light currently, but nothing else relating to the engine or any other part of the car. Temperature gauge I'll tell you later in the video because it's only just started from cold, so when it's up to operating temperature I'll feed that back to you. But the engines are brilliant because not only are they very, very economical, but they're also just a lovely unit to drive day in, day out. Typically Honda, it's smooth, refined, it's got a lovely power delivery, really broad power band which it operates in, and don't be mistaken for a second in thinking that the 1.6 isn't man enough, because obviously they used to use the 2.2 litre engine. Quite the opposite, it's actually got more immediate pull and go than the 2.2 ever did, and 2.2 was a brilliant unit. Time moves on, technology moves on, and this is a stonking engine, it really is. Engine then feeds through clutch and into gearbox. Clutch on the car absolutely perfect, bite point's exactly where it's meant to be, it's light and smooth in operation. That then goes through to this absolutely brilliant gearbox. I've said it a million times it seems. It's just got a wonderfully short throw, very precise, very sporty actually in feel, but Honda do gearboxes absolutely brilliantly, better than anybody in my personal opinion. It's just got a lovely actuation to it. It's just the precision of it which really is astounding, and over the years and the miles it's done, it's lost none of that precision. It still feels as tight now as it would have done when it was brand new. Steering of the vehicle, a real strong point on the CR-Vs, really nicely weighted, makes it feel lovely and secure and solid on the road. Very precise, very accurate. Car magazines may complain that it doesn't give you loads of feedback. Well, it's not a sports car, so if you're driving it sideways then perhaps it's not the car for you, but it's brilliant for this type of use, and again it just feels incredibly tight and taut in hand. Track's dead straight, there's no vibrations coming back to the steering wheel at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit, so all absolutely as it should be. Chassis of the vehicle, again, what I'm looking for on road tests is when you go over bumps like the one I've just done, you will hear it hitting the bump of course, but you don't want to hear any kind of secondary noises, any kind of chatterings going on underneath the vehicle, and there's nothing at all. It's absolutely perfect in that sense. It's also a very accomplished chassis for the kind of car it is. It gives a really nice compliant ride, very well damped. It doesn't allow for sort of great lurchings and lolloping about as so many taller SUVs seem to allow for. So in tighter turns and on the road, sort of B roads and twistier roads, it doesn't unsettle passengers, whereas so many softly sprung ones can just lollop about and it can be very unpleasant, particularly for the rear seat passengers. This is just a class act. It really is absolutely brilliant. I mean, Honda should know, because obviously the CR-V is the best-selling SUV in the world, and it's clear to see why. I mean, it's just a very polished car. I'm going to do the brakes in a second, as we get up to speed a little bit, make sure no one's behind me. Bit of a thump. Really nice brake pedal. I did it harder earlier, but got a lady sort of coming quite close behind me in the car, so I better not do that. What I'm looking for on the brakes, and these are absolutely fine, is brake pedal should feel nice and secure and solid. There shouldn't be any kind of pulsing or vibrations, and there's nothing at all on it. It's absolutely perfect, and it pulls the car nice and straight. It doesn't deviate left or right violently under braking. Look around inside the car, we've not cleaned it yet, and it looks as though it doesn't need touching in here. It's absolutely stunning condition, and it's also a lovely place to sit and operate a car. Great driving position, great visibility, great natural sort of positioning between you, steering wheel and pedal, as I said. But what the videos kind of get across to you is the solidity of the interiors. They are beautifully made. Not a hint of a buzz or a creak or a rattle from the interior, and this is typical of CR-V and typical of Honda in general, to be honest with you. They're beautifully made vehicles. Also making out of fantastic materials in terms of the switch gears, just brilliantly done, beautifully damped, really nice actuation of all the switches. Again, has a quality actuation to it. Sat nav, you can see they're working absolutely perfectly. Air conditioning was checked earlier, blows out lovely cold air. Heated seats, again, checked and good. Dashboard in front, simplicity itself, readouts all exactly as they should be, and now we're up to operating temperature running as a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda car, by the way. Steering wheel, lovely sort of small diameter steering wheel, feels great in hand, and it just feels like brand new in hand as well, in all honesty. These are four-wheel drive vehicles, although you'll notice an absence of a four-wheel drive button or anything to activate it, because you don't do anything, it does it all for you. Honda worked out again that the vast majority of people's driving will be as I'm doing today, in perfectly good conditions. So why bother having four-wheel drive running, because all that actually achieves is extra tyre wear, more fuel used, and more mechanical stress put through the vehicle. So what they do is front wheel drive pretty much the whole time, most efficient way to pull the car along, and then only as and when the front wheels start to lose grip, instantly the rear wheels will come in very smoothly. The transition's brilliant, and once you've stopped spinning, it'll disengage it. It is as simple as that, and very effective. And I've towed with many CR-Vs across some really soggy, wet pitches of the caravan, and never come close to getting stuck with one. Its simplicity also gives it its reliability, because in the 20 plus years of selling Hondas with this system, and that's many thousands of cars, by the way, we have never so much as put a spanner on one of them. So it's a very well engineered system. As I said at the start of the video, the point of it's to pick up any issues. There's nothing at all to feedback. It drives absolutely beautifully. And as I often say, I'm not giving it any allowance for its age or mileage. It just drives sensationally well, this car. I do apologise, it might be slightly grainy this morning because I'm having to do these videos a little bit earlier today, got lots to do. So I apologise if it doesn't come out quite as clearly as it would have done later in the day. If you've got any questions about the car, don't hesitate, please do give us a call.